These are my predictions for the last episode of the White Lotus. I will probably be wrong. Please feel free to leave in the comments what you think is going to happen. We will start out with Mr. Rick Hatchet. Last episode, he confronted his father's supposed killer. He knocked Jim's chair over and said what he had to say. He thinks Jim ruined his life and set him on the path he is on because he murdered his father. Rick then leaves Jim's house without really anything happening to him. Him and Frank then celebrated and partied the night away. I think there will be consequences for Rick. I've seen a lot of people in the comments and theories online stating that Jim is actually his father. There really isn't any evidence to support this other than it being a cool twist. When Rick was confronting him, Rick mentioned his mother, Gloria Hatchet. And the way Jim says Gloria Hatchet could suggest he recognizes the name, which could mean they had a sexual relationship, but it also could mean he is questioning who is this lady? Like, who the hell is Gloria Hatchet? I think it's the latter. I think Rick received an omen in episode 4 from his therapist. She tells him, you can let go of your story. You can escape the karmic cycle. Find peace in this life. This was a prophecy, I guess. She told Rick without knowing to forget about Jim, don't go to Bangkok. If you do, there will be consequences. A karmic cycle is a recurring pattern. He could be following his father's footsteps, messing with Jim and ending up dead. I think Rick dies in the finale. There has to be consequences to his actions. Jim has goons. They know he's staying at the resort. I think he dies. I think that is how his story ends. The Ratliff family. Timothy, for the last 3-ish episodes, has been getting hopped up on his wife's pills and has been getting very drunk. He kind of has just been floating through the last couple of episodes, just really high all the time. He's also contemplated suicide a lot. The reason is because he's about to lose everything. The FBI is looking into his affairs because of an illegal deal he made. He stole a gun from Guy Talk, and every night has thought about pulling the trigger. But as the days go on, he thinks about taking his family with him on this suicide trip. Victoria, his wife, basically told him she would rather die than be poor. And Saxon, his eldest son, told him that he is nothing without him at the firm, that his success is linked to his father's. So Timothy has the weight of the world on his shoulders, and he thinks it would be kinder to take some of his family members on this suicide trip with him than to let them suffer without him and his money. Unfortunately for him, Guy Talk stole the gun back, so now he has nothing to kill himself with, other than the poison fruit, which they hinted at in the preview for the finale. Poison fruit would be an easier way to go, it's not as messy. And Saxon made the hotel staff bring them a blender, so Tim has all the tools he needs to make a death smoothie. The question is he willing to do it? After speaking with the Buddhist, he did seem more okay with the idea of death, but death is so final, while life has so many possibilities. I don't think he kills himself or his family. There has been mention of people who have trouble with the lodges staying in Thailand, which is something they could do. His daughter Piper wants to stay there anyways, but honestly, I think nothing's going to happen to them. They are going to leave the hotel. He will look at his phone and probably get off scot-free on a legal technicality, showing that the privileged don't really deal with consequences. It kind of works with what the show wants to do, showing the BS rich people get away with, but it also subverts expectations. Like, they've been playing with the idea of suicide for a while. I could see them doing a 180 on it. I think Piper will stay in Thailand and Lachlan will return to the US. It's just going to be very awkward between him and his brother for obvious reasons. The gal pals, Jacqueline, Lori, and Kate. This probably is the one I feel least confident in. I think they're just going to make up and move on. The only way I could see one of them dying is because of their involvement with Valentine's crew. Alexei did seem very frantic at the end of the last episode, and now that Guy Talk knows that they are the ones who robbed the hotel, I could see some kind of shootout involving them. The gals get caught in the crossfire, that sort of thing. I just don't see them breaking apart this friendship. I think they will mend those fences. Guy Talk, which I'm probably mispronouncing, will be involved in a shootout. He wants to win the heart of Mook, and she looked very disappointed last episode, hearing how he won't be getting this promotion. And she kind of looked down at his pacifist nature. Him going to a gunfight to take down the robbers would certainly impress Mook, showing her he is willing to act. And it will probably get him a promotion, maybe become a bodyguard, which will impress Mook even more. That's what I'm leaning towards. Men tend to do stupid things to impress women. Now, it could always be a shootout between Jim's bodyguards and Valentine's crew, since these bodyguards will be there looking for Rick anyways, and the two squads of people just kinda meet. But I still think Guy Talk will be involved with the shooting. Last but not least, the situation with Belinda and Greg. Greg offers $100,000 to leave him alone and move on. Forget that he is here and take the money to open up her clinic. Her son thinks she should take it, but she does not want to be complicit in the murder of her friend Tanya. I don't think she takes the money, and I think Greg flees the place as well. So she will get nothing. She doesn't get the satisfaction of putting away a murderer or the money. She basically stays the same, just a bit more bummed out. And that's pretty much it. What do you think will happen in tonight's finale? Leave it down in the comments below. And if you want more White Lotus content, please subscribe and like the video. Check out the Twitter link in the description below, and as always, have an awesome day.